Welcome to today's video. Today we are going to talk about, should pro-lifers support pro-abortion companies? Meaning, should pro-lifers purchase products and services from companies that support abortion, support Planned Parenthood, or support, access to abortion or abortion expansion efforts? Does it matter if pro-lifers support such companies? I think it does matter, and we're going to get into that today. I'm going to show you several companies that are pro-abortion. I'm going to give you the evidence for this. I'm not just going to throw names out there of companies, but I'm going to show the evidence for you on screen. And here's the thing. This is going to be difficult because I know many pro-lifers really enjoy and like a lot of the products from some of the companies that I'm going to show right now. Many pro-lifers consume or purchase products or services from some of these companies probably daily. And it's going to be hard to change those habits. It's going to be hard to give up some of those products that you really enjoy. But I think that if you're pro-life, and if you know that a company is actively supporting abortion or abortion efforts, I think you should immediately stop purchasing these products and services. I do. That's my opinion. I think it's inconsistent to say you're pro-life and you're against the killing of innocent babies in the womb, and then turn around and consume a product from a company that you know is saying the exact opposite and supporting the exact opposite of what you're saying that you support. And here's the thing. Several weeks ago, we put out a poll out on social media, and we asked this question: would you stop buying a product you love if you found out that the company is pro-abortion? Everybody said that they would stop buying these products. And several people said that they wanted to know, what companies were supporting abortion so that they could make informed decisions as a consumer. And so that's why we're making this video today, to help inform others and also challenge pro-lifers to stop supporting these companies. This is not an all-inclusive list. I'm sure that I missed companies. I'm not pretending to say this is all of the companies, and I'm sure as soon as this video goes out, we're going to get comments and emails about, hey, you forgot about this one. Why'd you leave this one out? Again, this is just the research that I've done over the last few weeks and what I was able to find. Another disclaimer is I'm not including the companies that donate to abortion organizations like Planned Parenthood via their employer matching programs, meaning that an employer will donate to a charity that their employee also donates to, and they will match the donation that their employee donates. This list of companies that do this employee matching is very, very, very long list. Most of the products that most people consume on a daily basis. And to be fair, most of them will also match donations to pro-life organizations. Usually, not always, but usually their only requirement is that it is a federally recognized 501c3 nonprofit. And if you donate to a 501c3 nonprofit, they will match your donation. And I'm not saying this matching topic shouldn't be covered, but I'm not covering that today in this video. I'm only talking about companies that openly support or partner with pro-abortion organizations and institutions. The pro-abortion side is ready and willing and already has boycotted pro-life companies and pro-life states even. We've seen it. Boycott Georgia, boycott Alabama, and recently with the Texas heartbeat law, boycott Texas. So, they're ready and willing to boycott, and they're ready and willing to spend their dollar that in a way that matches what they believe and what they fight for. They're committed to their fight. And so the question now is, are pro-lifers committed to their fight? Are pro-lifers committed to making consumer choices that align with their moral beliefs? I hope that pro-lifers are committed in their fight to save preborn sons and daughters. And so, without further delay, let's get right into this. This first one is going to be controversial. Many pro-lifers enjoy products from this first company, and that is of course, Starbucks. Now, Starbucks is not openly out there and saying that they're pro-abortion. I want to be clear about that. However, it is clear through their partnerships and who they support through their foundation, they're not afraid to support abortion through these partnerships. I think that Starbucks hides their pro-abortion beliefs, but it wouldn't really be all that much of a surprise. They're a very far left organization in all of their beliefs. And so it only would make sense that they are also pro-abortion. So again, they haven't come out and openly said that, but I'm going to show you some evidence that shows really they do support abortion. And if they really don't, then we as consumers need to put pressure on them to withdraw their support and partnership with several of these organizations that clearly are pro-abortion. So what am I talking about? Starbucks partnered with Girls Inc. And so you can see here, Starbucks and Tivana in partnership with Oprah. Now, who's Girls Inc.? What does Girls Inc. have to do with abortion or Planned Parenthood? Well, let me show you. So here's Girls Inc. partnering with Planned Parenthood. They co-sponsored with Planned Parenthood a program, and they're talking about sex education for girls. Oh, what's the harm in that? Well, first of all, they partnered with Planned Parenthood. Big harm there, okay? Planned Parenthood kills babies for a living. That's what they do, okay? But also, well, sex education, what's wrong with that? And we see this a lot where Planned Parenthood is getting involved with sex education. Red flag Planned Parenthood, abortion mill is getting involved with sex education, okay? And so here's an example of one of their flyers. There's a whole bunch of alarming things like, hey, when is it cool for you to have sex with other people and how old do they have to be? Yeah, Planned Parenthood doesn't need to be telling adolescents when it's cool to have sex with others and how old they need to be. But you can see down there the emergency contraception. Okay, this is Plan B, a known abortifacient. Okay, abortifacient meaning that it either kills the fertilized egg or prevents the fertilized egg from implanting to the uterine wall, and therefore killing the fertilized egg. If you believe life begins at conception or fertilization, then Plan B is an abortifacient. And then, of course, you can see the dark bold at the very bottom. Abortion. You do not need to get permission from your parent or guardian at any age. So, not only encouraging kids to have sex at a younger and younger age, but then, hey, if that sex leads to the consequence of a pregnancy, don't worry, go get an abortion at any age. Of course, Planned Parenthood would be putting out this kind of stuff. Again, abortions is their business. They want to increase abortions, not decrease abortions. This is clear evidence of that. And so Girls Inc., I don't know that Girls Inc. specifically partnered with this flyer here, but they partner with Planned Parenthood, and this is the type of crap that Planned Parenthood puts out. The other problem with Starbucks and Tivana and Oprah is Oprah's network, giving space and apparently supporting the Shout Your Abortion movement. How about Starbucks and World Neighbors? So they partner, the Starbucks Foundation partnered with World Neighbors, giving them grants. And where does World Neighbors fit on the abortion topic? Well, let me show you. And so here's an example of the article of Starbucks Foundation partnering with World Neighbors to empower women. This is another euphemism from the other side, the pro-abortion side. They think that abortion empowers women. So have caution anytime an organization is talking about empowering women. Okay, so where does World Neighbors stand on abortion, and is that how they empower women? Well, in their FAQ part of their website, it says World Neighbors endorses the program of action of the UN Conference on Population and Development, which states, in no case should abortion be promoted as a method of family planning. In circumstances where abortion is not against the law, abortion should be safe, meaning abortion should be legal. Okay? That's the euphemism of abortion should be safe. It should be legal. World Neighbors supports providing counseling to women with the option of abortion in circumstances where it is legal and believes that abortion should be provided as safely as possible. What is the UN Conference on Population and Development? Hint, any organization or any effort from the UN that mentions population in its title is going to promote abortion because it's about population control. Introduction to the Program of Action of the 1994 International Conference on Population and Development, what World Neighbors was just saying that they endorse. The highlighted section, the Program of Action underscored the importance of preventing and managing unsafe abortions and providing services for safe abortions. So the wording may be a little tricky. They're not trying to prevent abortions. They're trying to prevent illegal abortions, meaning that they're trying to prevent countries from outlawing abortion, and they want to provide safe abortion, meaning they want countries to allow abortion. Another article showing the same thing, the 1994 International Conference on Population Development viewed access to safe abortion as imperative for public health. Why? Why would the Conference on Population view access to abortion as imperative? Population control. Another article talking about that 1994 conference says that the conference prompted no less than a revolution. Out of Cairo came no less than a revolution, said Barbara. A broader theme that ran through the conference was the realization that in talking about curtailing population growth, again, this is about population control. Okay, there's nothing moral here. And usually population control through eugenics. That's Starbucks. Partnering with Girls Inc., who partners with Planned Parenthood. Starbucks partnering with Oprah, partnering with World Neighbors, who promotes abortion and promotes the 1994 Cairo conference that promotes population control, population curtailment, aka eugenics. Pro-lifers need to stop buying from Starbucks. I know some of you really like their coffee, but I think as pro-lifers, we need to put our money where our mouth is and be as committed as the pro-abortion side and start boycotting Starbucks and calling for them to stop supporting organizations that partner with Planned Parenthood or that are pro-abortion. Next on the list, Girl Scouts. Yikes. Yes, Girl Scouts. This is another one. Girl Scouts does not come out and say they are pro-abortion. They don't like that question if they're pro-abortion or not. And, they might say that they are pro, access to healthcare for women, another euphemism for abortion. They also like to dabble in the sex education for girls. And usually that sex education talks about abortion in a positive light. But the big problem here with Girl Scouts is that they are apparently a part of WAGGS, WAGGGS. And here's from their website. Are girls individual members of WAGGS? No, individual girls are not members of WAGGS. Girl Scouts of the USA is a member organization of WAGGS. WAGGS is the World Association of Girl Guides and Girl Scouts. What's the problem with that? Well, WAGGS likes to partner with pro-abortion companies, pro-abortion organizations. For instance, WAGGS partners with the Women Deliver organization or Women Deliver Conference. And here you can see from the WAGGS website that they're promoting their involvement with Women Deliver 2019. Who is Women Deliver? Well, just to give you a hint of what they support or promote, let's look at their list of sponsors. Sponsors, Nike Foundation. What's wrong with that? Well, let's continue down the list. We've got the Guttmacher Institute, a pro-abortion institute. We've got Population Services International. What's Population Services International? Remember what I said earlier to look out for the word population in the name, and that usually is pro-abortion and population control? Well, Population Services International, let's look at this. From their website, in their practice areas, safe abortion is one of their practice areas. Called it. Population in the name equals pro-abortion. Let's look at some more sponsors. Care International. Well, what's wrong with Care International? That sounds like a really nice name. Everybody cares. It's really nice to care. We want everybody to care because that's caring. Well, Care International believes that all women, blah, blah, blah. Thus, we support access to high quality, comprehensive sexual and reproductive health and safe abortion. There it is. Care International, pro-abortion. Who else? Population Action International and Population Council. Very strange how there's so many organizations with the word population in their name. Interesting. Well, what do we have here with Population Action International? Well, let's take a look at their website, shall we? Population Action International champions progressive policies and funding that make sexual and reproductive rights a reality for all. What is reproductive rights? Oh, yeah, that's right, abortion. We champion policies that protect and fulfill a woman's right to make decisions about her body, health, and future, including the right to safe, legal abortion care. Okay, so there you have it. That is Girl Scouts, who is a member organization of WAGs, and WAGs partners with and attends Women Deliver conferences. And Women Deliver has in their sponsors a long, long list of pro-abortion companies. Now you see why it's troubling that Nike is a part of that list as well. They are apparently okay with being a co-sponsor along with a bunch of pro-abortion, pro-population control organizations. Maybe Nike should come out and say whether or not they support abortion. So moving on to some other companies now, we have something that came out titled Don't Ban Equality. This came out after either Georgia or Alabama passed some really restrictive abortion laws. This letter came out titled Don't Ban Equality and signed by a bunch of companies. And it's an interesting title, Don't Ban Equality. On the surface, you're like, yeah, I can agree with that. I don't want to ban equality. Who wants to ban equality? So what's the problem here? Well, what's underneath Don't Ban Equality? It's time for companies to stand up for reproductive health care, aka abortion. So let's see, do they give a descriptor for this? What are they talking about? Equality in the workplace is one of the most important business issues of our time. Okay. What does abortion have to do with equality? I don't know. But second paragraph down, restricting access to comprehensive reproductive care, including abortion, threatens the health, independence, blah, 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 blah. We are pro-abortion. Don't ban abortion. That's what this is saying. And you can already see some big name companies here on the beginning of this that signed on. Their CEOs signed on to this Don't Ban Equality. Okay, just to point out a few, we've got MAC Cosmetics, we've got H&M, we've got Reddit, we've got Slack Technologies, we've got Yelp, we have Square, which is a payment processing company owned by Jack Dorsey, same owner as Twitter. I know a lot of companies use Square as their payment processor. Heck, a lot of churches use Square. Who else we got? Zoom. Yes, that's going to be a hard one. A lot of people, a lot of organizations using Zoom. Pro-Life Man used to use Zoom. Not anymore. We're done with Zoom. We're committed to this fight. We've got The Body Shop US. We've got Ben & Jerry's ice cream. Their ice cream's overrated anyways. Stop buying it. They're pro-abortion. If you're pro-life, stop buying their ice cream. We've got Birchbox. we've got Kenneth Cole. This is a difficult one for me. I really like Kenneth Cole brand men's clothing. Not anymore. We've got Seventh Generation, a very popular brand. And I encourage you to just Google Don't Ban Equality. It'll take you right to the website. I think it's don'tbanequality.com or something like that. And you can look up the list. Like I said, there's around 100 or so companies. And I encourage you to read this list of companies and stop purchasing their products. So the Don't Ban Equality thing, that's actually kind of old. I hope that most of you already knew about that. And we're already boycotting those products from your household. But something new with the Texas heartbeat law that went into effect, that the Supreme Court denied an emergency motion to not let it go into effect on September 1st. It did go into effect, and now a couple of companies are coming out against that law, and they're showing their pro-abortion colors. So those of you that don't know, the law lets the citizens enforce it, meaning that anyone that assists with an abortion or does the abortion can be sued. I think it's $10,000 by ordinary citizens. So if you know that a woman is going to get an abortion and she hired a service to drive her there, in theory at least, you as a citizen can sue the driver for driving the woman to the abortion. The medical assistant that assists the woman in the abortion clinic can be sued. The abortionist can be sued. One thing that needs to be clear is that the women themselves seeking the abortion cannot be sued. This law does not allow that. It's a lie that the pro-abortion media has put out there. It's only those that are assisting in or performing the abortion, aka the abortion doctor, or the abortion clinic workers, and anyone assisting a woman getting to the abortion clinic. That has a potential to impact Lyft drivers and Uber drivers. So Lyft quickly came out with a response saying this: Dear Lyft riders and drivers, a new Texas law, SB 8, threatens to punish drivers for getting people where they need to go, specifically women exercising their right to choose and to access the health care that they need, the abortion that they want. We want to be clear. Drivers are never responsible for monitoring where their riders go or why. The law is incompatible with people's basic rights to privacy, our community guidelines, the spirit of rideshare, and our values as a company. We are taking action on two fronts. Lyft has created a driver legal defense fund to cover 100% of legal fees for drivers sued under SB 8 while driving on our platform. Riders and drivers, nothing about how you drive, ride, or interact with each other should change. They're saying, go ahead, drive the woman to the abortion clinic, and if you get sued, we are going to cover those fees for you. But Lyft takes it a step further. Texas, SB 8 is an attack on women's rights to choose. Lyft is donating $1 million to Planned Parenthood to help ensure that transportation is never a barrier to health care access. And of course, they also promote making a donation to Planned Parenthood with a link to do so. Lyft has shown their colors. They come out saying, hey, we support abortion. We support our drivers taking women to abortion clinics, and we're going to cover those fees for them to do so. Then Uber quickly followed suit, not with as long of a fancy letter, but in a tweet from their CEO saying, right on, Logan Green, drivers shouldn't be put at risk for getting people where they want to go. Team Uber is in too and will cover legal fees in the same way. Thanks for the push. So now both Lyft and Uber are now covering legal fees should any of their drivers be sued under the authority of this law for taking a woman to get an abortion. We've got some decisions to make, pro-lifers. How pro-life are we? How committed to this fight are we? How committed to saving preborn sons and daughters are we? If changing some of our buying habits, changing the coffee that we buy in the morning, changing where we buy cookies, the shoes we buy, the ice cream that we buy, if that's too much of an inconvenience, then we're probably not all that pro-life. We probably don't really care about the preborn sons and daughters in the womb. We probably don't really believe that life begins at conception and the things being aborted are human children worthy of life and protection. If we do believe that what is in the womb is a baby, if we do believe that that's a unique human life with its own set of DNA, if we do believe that it's worthy of protection and worthy of fighting for its right to life, then we need to stop purchasing products and services from companies that are pro-abortion, that are pro-killing children in the womb. So in summary, these are the companies that we went over. People are choosing sides. Companies are choosing sides. The pro-abortion side is committed. They have no problem boycotting pro-life companies, organizations, and states. Are pro-lifers as committed? Time will tell, but I'll leave you with this. A quote from William Wilberforce: "You may choose to look the other way, but you can never say again that you did not know." If you're pro-life and you continue supporting these companies, I've displayed the evidence for you. You may choose to look the other way, but you can never again say that you did not know.